Hi, this is Andy Scott with North Shore Apartments and Condos. I'm walking into 614 Elmwood, number 1. This is a very nicely rehabbed 2-bedroom. And we walk in, we see the living area, which is sort of almost like 2 rooms. And then if we turn to our right, we get a glimpse of the bathroom, the first bedroom, an entry closet. And if we look down the hall, we just see the refrigerator and the back door. So let's look at the living area first. This is a nice big space actually. Right in front of me is probably 13 feet by about 9.5 or 10 feet across. You can see it's not a complete rectangle. We get a lot of natural light, even though we're on a raised first floor, so we're maybe 10 feet in the air. And then you have this additional space that is probably 8 feet across by another 10, maybe 11 feet long. So you really have quite a bit of space in this living area. Beautiful hardwood floors. If I walk towards the window, looks like we have a couple of the shades down. This is Elmwood out front. It's a quiet street, not a lot of traffic, pretty easy street parking. And from the window, if we look back, we see the front door on the right, sort of in the middle, and all the way to the back door. From a different angle, we get a better look at what is a nice additional space off the living room. And again, this is a nice big area. You can see that it's very good space. And the window here is also facing Elmwood. So from this window, whoops-a-daisy, we spin around this way. And there we see the front door very well. And all the way around. There's central heat and central air. We've got cans in the ceiling, so the lighting is recessed, which is really nice. As we walk past the front door, we have a very useful entry closet. You see the shelf and the hanging bar. It's not huge, it's probably about 1.5 square, but super helpful. If I continue to go to the left, I'll walk past the bedroom and come back to the bedroom. But first I'll show you the in-unit laundry, and that's a pretty big machine for an apartment. Next to the in-unit laundry is the HVAC, and that is in very good shape. So central heat and central air, which I think I already said. We have a rehab bathroom, a tank toilet, nice sink, nice granite countertop sink. Good water pressure in this building. It's just but just very good water pressure. Everything was redone, so the piping is really good. You see the outlet, you have a light. Now we owe you some light bulbs, which we of course would get you before you moved in. Ceramic tile floor. It's really important to notice that we have a vent in the ceiling. That helps keep it dry and keep it clean. Behind the door we have a nice, whoops-a-daisy, nice big tub, beautiful tile around. The shower head is probably 6'6" or 6'7". There's light up there, so you can get extra light in it. We owe you some light bulbs, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Wow, that came straight down, and you can hear that it's really powerful. So the water pressure is great, like we already showed you, and it's draining nicely. So everything is working the way it should. So that's really a nice, clean, modern bathroom. And again, you have this beautiful sink. And you know what I didn't show you is the storage under the sink, which I ran the water, and it's still nice and dry. And it's really quite a bit of space, so good storage. Okay, we'll come out of the bath, go past the laundry machine, and really right across from the laundry machine is the first bedroom. See, the closet doors are open. And even with the closet doors open, it's still probably 9 feet across, maybe a little less. And from me to the wall is probably 10 feet. So it's not a huge bedroom, and not really for a king-size bed, but certainly big enough for a queen, whoops-a-daisy, or a full-size bed. These windows are facing south, although you're looking into an alley, so not that much view. You basically are looking into the neighbor's backyard, which is kind of mellow. From the back wall, we swing around, and we get our first look at the closet. And there's the bedroom door. And we come this way. And the closet is probably easily 8 feet long, by about 1.5 feet wide, maybe a little bit wider, with a hanging bar and a shelf, so it's a nice big closet. Come out of the bedroom, whoops, every time I move. We see the laundry again, which is cool, the nice modern bath. Take one more look, oh please, there we go, at the bedroom. Walk past the entry closet and down toward the kitchen. So I'll probably go over the kitchen first. Well, there's the refrigerator, which I think I'll come back to that. Because by the kitchen is a second bedroom or family room. It's got a closet, so it could be a bedroom. It's a little bit smaller, probably 8.5 by 10, but a big closet, which is nice. The window is facing south, and again we have that big hanging bar and shelf, and it's at least 8 feet, maybe more, by about 18 or 20 inches deep. So a big closet, and from the closet, we'll go around, and you can see this bedroom would fit a queen, but probably be better for a full. And again, the window is facing south, basically looking out onto the alley. So we'll come back out of the second bedroom slash den slash office, and we'll take a look at the kitchen, which there's the refrigerator. Countertops are granite, full-size oven, full-size microwave, lots of cabinets on top, dishwasher underneath, a little bit of storage underneath, and there is a back deck, which I will show you. So we'll start with the freezer. Nice modern refrigerator with a freezer, shelves, ice maker. I don't know that the ice maker is hooked up, but the fridge is nice and modern also. Oopsie-daisy. With a crisper drawer, a cold cut drawer, and shelves, with the top shelf being a butter dish. So a nice fridge. We come over to the countertop. We see it's beautiful granite, lots of outlets as we go down. Twin stainless steel sink. Again, we'll go all the way to hot. Good water pressure. There is a hose attachment and a spray or stream. So everything is a little bit newer. You can see it's very clean. Underneath is nice and dry and able to be used as storage. Next to the sink is the dishwasher, which is a nice full-size dishwasher, and that's ready to be used. From the outside, it looks like that. Above the dishwasher, we have a big cabinet. This is probably 32 to 36 inches high, 4 shelves, a little bit wider than some. The shelves are probably 11 or 12 inches deep. Above the sink, we have just smaller shelves, probably about 18 inches, and there are 2 shelves in each of those. And then we have another outlet, and then we have a nice tall but narrow shelving system, again 32, and then we have another that's a little bit smaller. So we do have good counter space here on either side of the sink, which we saw, and we have a little bit more on the right of the stove. The stove is a nice full-size stove. It's not quite, I mean, this is how the painters clean the apartment. We'll do a little more cleaning before we hand it off. And the microwave, I imagine, would be the same. It's not brand new, but it's nice and clean and ready to be used. On the side, we have these nice shelves, which everybody loves. So those are just great. They're just an additional thing. And even the top is a little bit more ornamental than most. And we have yet another outlet. We have two drawers, one here and one next door. And we have two lower cabinets, which are important because they're quite a bit deeper. So you can store small appliances or pots and pans or cookie sheets, that kind of thing. The other one is on the other side of the stove. So it's really a nice kitchen, and I think it will show better if I go the other way. But I'm standing here, and you see it's a very complete kitchen with a nice big refrigerator. From the side, you see how big that fridge is. If we go out the back, you have a nice fenced-in backyard area, and this would be private space here. And that has got to be 10 by 7, something like that. So it's big enough for a sitting area. It's enclosed, so you have a locked gate. And it's not like you have huge outdoor space, but you do have a little mellow outdoor area. And there you see the neighbors, how they've set theirs up. So it's really a nice to have. So we'll come back in. Take another look at the cabinets, the microwave, the twin stainless steel sink, full-size oven, and dishwasher. Close the door. We'll walk past the second bedroom or den with a big closet. Take a look at the dishwasher, which is very nice. Walk down the hallway. Past the bathroom, the entry closet, the washer dryer, and the larger bedroom. Take one last look at the living area, which is really quite large and quite bright. And that brings us back to the front door. Thank you for watching.